Today we're going to talk about the zkLend crypto attack. My name is Michael. So zkLend is a platform for borrowing crypto. You have to put down collateral and then you can borrow crypto and then return it at the end. It kind of works like a bank, but it has less customers than a real bank. But it did have these three issues, and that was this integer division rounding error. So you can return slightly less money than what you borrowed, and the bank wouldn't notice. Except normally this amount was lower than the lowest denomination of the cryptocurrency, so nobody noticed it and nobody could take advantage of it. And second, you get more leverage when the bank is profitable. The bank provides this incentive where the higher the bank's profit is compared to its debt, the higher leverage you have, the more you can borrow. Think of it as like increasing your credit limit when the bank is profitable. And lastly, the bank had no clients, so nobody actually borrowed this token before through zkLend. And here's how the attack took place. The attacker just borrowed a penny, returned $10, and said, the remaining 9.99 is a donation to the bank. The bank starts tweaking out, realizes that it's rich now. It has really high profit, like $10 compared to the penny of debt that it took on. And it just increases everyone's leverage. It says, all right, you can borrow like 1,000 times the money that you put in. So now the attacker can borrow more money, meaning he can take advantage of this new rounding error now. That difference used to be lower than a penny. Now it's about $2,000. The attacker can just steal $2,000 between borrowing and returning money, and the bank just doesn't notice. The attacker repeats this a couple times, the difference grows larger each time, and he just runs off with $10 million at the end. So what happened afterwards is zkLend offered the attacker $1 million in exchange for the money back, and there would be no legal consequences for the attacker. I think this is a pretty good deal, but the attacker said no. Later, on April Fool's Day of last year, it was revealed that the attacker is a bum because he lost all his money to a phishing scam. He was trying to launder the tokens that he stole through a popular service that does that. He looked up the name of the service, clicked the first link he saw, which turned out to be a phishing link impersonating the real service. So he lost all his money. He got sad and apologized. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. And what we can learn from this is that you have to test the edge cases in your code because they can happen. If you don't think they're likely to happen, somebody can just intentionally make them happen. Your core business logic is also prone to attack, not just things like Stack Overflows and SQL injections. It's not just about how you host your app, how it's deployed, how the underlying functions are implemented. The vulnerabilities can be much more obvious than that just in the core business logic. So you should check that as much as you check everything else. And lastly, for the attacker, you got to check the legitimacy of websites before using them and before sending them money. Thank you.